Getting on board with the right travel documents, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line Edition. Ahoy there, cruise adventurers! Before you set sail on your epic journey, let's talk about the essential travel documents. It is your responsibility to make sure you've got all of the right documents to board the ship and explore the countries your cruise will visit. Royal Caribbean will need to see government-issued identification at boarding, no exceptions. And don't forget that some destinations might require visas or other official stamps of approval from their authorities, because apparently not everyone accepts "I'm here for the fun" as a valid reason for entry. Smiley. To avoid any hiccups on your dream vacation, pick your departure port to find out exactly what you'll need. But remember, government requirements are like the weather. They can change when you least expect it. Stay prepared and sail away stress-free. Passports are best. A passport is the best ID document for travel. And make sure yours doesn't expire for 6 months after your cruise ends. Having your documents in order is a game changer for smooth sailing, literally. Passport up to date, visa sorted if needed, travel insurance secured, very important, and boarding passes printed or saved digitally are all great steps. Some cruises might also require health documentation, so it is a good idea to double check. Planning ahead means you can focus on the fun and not the fine print. And I cruise with a birth certificate as my identification. What if I don't have a passport? Everyone will need to present an accepted form of identification to board the ship. We strongly recommend that all guests present a passport as their form of ID on boarding day. For U.S. citizens, yes, U.S. citizens born in the U.S. can present a state-certified birth certificate and government-issued photo ID to sail on most cruises departing from the U.S., but a passport is the more efficient, secure option. Learn more about why passports are best. Should you decide to present your birth certificate on boarding day, please keep in mind these guidelines. Most, but not all, sailings from the U.S. will accept birth certificates. Learn if your sailing does at your travel document hub. It must be a state-certified birth certificate issued by the government. That means no baby feed certificates, no hospital birth certificates, and no baptismal papers. You must present the original copy, no photocopies. You must also show a valid government-issued photo ID, like a driver's license. Guests 15 and under do not need to show an ID, just the birth certificate. The name across all documents and the reservation must match. What if the name on my documents doesn't match? Puerto Rican birth certificates issued prior to July 1st, 2010 are not valid. The government of Puerto Rico has partnered with vitalcheck.com to issue new birth certificates. Now to our Canadian citizens. Similarly, Canadian citizens aged 14 and under may present an original Canadian-issued birth certificate. Should you decide to present your birth certificate on boarding day, please keep these guidelines in mind. Birth certificates are accepted as identification only for Canadian citizens aged 14 and under. The certificate must be an original Canadian-issued birth certificate. No supplemental document required unless minor is traveling with relatives or friends. Then a notarized travel consent form is required. Guests who do not bring required documents may be denied boarding. Now let's talk about names. Do you know names must match? If you've had a name change and the name used across your documents does not match, you will need to take an extra step. So, what if the name on my identification does not match my reservation due to a legal name change, married name, or other reason? Tell me about it. Everyone will need to present an accepted form of identification to board the ship. It is important that the name on your reservation appears exactly as it does on the government-issued identification documents that you use to board the ship. If your name has changed since your document was issued, you will either need to update the name on that document or bring additional official supporting documents to help explain why the name is different. This can include one of the following: state, county, or province issued marriage license, a divorce decree, government issued name change document, official adoption papers, U.S. citizens who are able to present a birth certificate plus a government ID for their itinerary should keep in mind that the name on both of these documents must match each other and match the reservation. If they don't, you'll need a supporting document as listed above. Guests who do not bring required documents may be denied boarding. No questions asked. Let's talk about cruising with kids that aren't yours. What identification does a child need to cruise? What if I'm traveling with a minor that is not my own child? What if my last name does not match my child's? When a minor aged 17 and under travels without their legal guardian, an accompanying adult must present a notarized form signed by the child's guardian. Traveling with a child that is not your own. So are you traveling with a grandchild, niece, nephew, or other child that you are not the guardian of? When a minor, age 17 and under, travels without their legal guardian, an accompanying adult must present a notarized form signed by the child's guardian. This ensures the child has the guardian's consent to leave the country and participate in a release form activity on board. You can download the minor consent form in the link description. You have different last names. If your child has a different last name than you will need to bring an official supporting document to help explain why the names are different. The supporting document must be the original or a notarized copy. Some examples of valid supporting documents are state or county or province issued marriage license, divorce decree, government issued name change document, official adoption papers, for example. Do I need any visas or authorization to cruise to and from other countries? Well, based on your nationality, you may require an entry visa to board or your cruise or enter a certain country your cruise visits. It's the guest's responsibility to identify and obtain all the necessary visas before commencing their cruises. Visa guidelines for all nationalities. Guests of all nationalities should contact the embassy, the consular services of each country on your cruise for specific visa requirements, information forms, and fees for your nationality. Guests may then contact a company that assists with securing and processing visas for travelers. Travel authorization is required to enter the UK. All visitors are now required to get an travel authorization called ETA to travel to the UK. Don't pack your documents. Please keep all travel documents on your person at the terminal. You will need to present them at check-in. If they are packed in your checked-in suitcase, you won't be able to board. We are Mystic Wind Travel, Chester and Claudia Henderson. If you have questions, email contact@mysticwindtravel.com, call or text 682 391 5996. Come travel with us.